Hi bro, I'm not gonna waste your time in this video. You've got an addiction, whether it be social media, junk food, video games, smoking, whatever it is, right? I'm not gonna waffle around like every other selfie boomer YouTuber and talk about, oh, how nice the weather is. I'm talking about, oh, you should try this. Try this technique. Oh, you should believe in this. Try, man. I'm tired of that myself. None of the belief system that I've adopted, all the techniques that I've tried, none of them worked. None of it worked. That's literally why you're here. Alright, you've watched so many motivational videos, you've been told to resist the temptations, or think about your future self. Make him proud, it doesn't work. You know why that didn't work? Because discipline, motivation, isn't actually the way to get rid of an addiction. Yeah, you can resist a temptation for the short term, but self-control isn't actually a long-term strategy. But luckily for you, I have found a way to get rid of an addiction, and this is by far the most effective, if not the only method that works. And with this advice, you either take it or you leave it. You do exactly as I say, bro. Otherwise, you're just going to be drifting between these techniques and it's never going to work for you. You can't say that, oh, I'm going to tweak it a little bit to fit my routine or to better suit my cravings. Bro, if you're going to do that, listen to me right now. Don't waste your time and click off. Nothing's going to work for you. Alright, let's get straight into it then. There's a short-term method and then there's a long-term method. The short-term one will help you with the long-term one. And without the long-term method being implemented at the same time, you're never going to get out of the bad habit. So they're both equally important. Alright, so before I get into the short-term method, I gotta tell you that there's a reason why the short-term method is literally called the short-term method. And I'll explain that in a minute. But when you do that thing that you're trying to quit, right before you do it, there's a mental fog that comes in your mind. And this mental fog is like a craving that rids your mind of all conscious thought, of all reasoning, of all logic. All of your motivation and your discipline goes right out of the window. It seems like there's nothing holding you back from doing that. This is the moment of weakness. And don't get me wrong, bro, even the addicts, sometimes they have thoughts that, oh, I shouldn't do it. This is bad for me, I shouldn't do it. But all of that doesn't matter. Why? Because you're not doing what I'm about to tell you. This is exactly what you do. The method that you use is called pointing and calling. And it's basically a method of holding yourself accountable. So as you're about to do it, just think to yourself, okay, I'm about to eat these cookies. Is this aligned with my mission? Is this going to help me accomplish my goals? Or is it going to make me hate myself? Now, before you say that, oh, Ahmad, you're telling me exactly the thing that you said isn't going to work. I thought you said resisting the temptation is not going to work. But guess what, bro? I'm not finished yet. Alright, any man can say that to himself. But sometimes, actually most of the time, because you're watching this video, the fog is too strong. And then this is what you do. Remind yourself of how dissatisfying the reward is. Yeah, you know it's bad for you. You know you shouldn't do it. But you need to connect it specifically to your personal life. Think about how bad it makes you feel, how disgusting you feel of yourself for days after. Not only that, but it destroys your momentum, which makes it feel even worse. You lose self-respect. You don't want to do anything no more, you're lethargic. And because of that, when you go outside, you look at other people, you feel insecure. Because you know that you're a loser. You don't feel confident at all. And then think about how much better you feel after you accomplish your goals. If you don't do it, then you're going to be able to accomplish your goals. Because otherwise, I don't know about you, but for me, if I play video games, I don't want to do shit for the next 2 days, bro. It's hard. And think about if you don't do it, if you don't play video games, how good you're going to feel after you accomplish your goals. Think about both the positives if you don't do it and the negatives if you do it. And if this all doesn't stop you, then bro, you're probably okay with ruining your life. And even if you're not, which you probably aren't because you're watching this far into the video, if you're not okay with ruining your life, then you probably don't have anything worthwhile going on. You probably don't have any serious goals or dreams to work towards. Because listen, the only reason a man would break free of an addiction is because he genuinely had a goal that was extremely valuable to him that he wanted to work towards. Like for me, I genuinely have a goal of becoming the best self-improvement YouTuber. And that means utmost accountability. I just can't be a loser, bro. You have to find your why. And that why might be as simple as, oh, I don't want to end up in hell. That's why I don't want to do this disgusting thing. Or it could be as simple as, I got these goals to accomplish, and if I don't accomplish them, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna keep living the miserable life that I'm living right now. This why will help you hold yourself accountable. Now, before I get into the long-term method, like I promised, I gotta break something to you, bro. The reason the short-term method is called the short-term method, literally, is because it's not always gonna work. The first law of creating a habit is to make it obvious. So for example, if you want to study more, place all of your books in the middle of your living room, or place them in the middle of your bedroom, your study room. If you want to drink more water, for example, buy more water bottles, place them all around your house, or even better, buy a personal water bottle, like a steel water bottle that you carry around with yourself everywhere you go. And so the first law to breaking a habit is to make it invisible. Now, if you get these cravings again and again, you're probably in the environment that triggers these cravings. Now, let's say your mobile phone and your video games make it hard for you to study. Now, you probably study in your bedroom, right? And your bedroom is where you usually play video games and scroll to social media. Now, because your mobile phone and your video game is always going to be there in your bedroom, you're always going to feel these cravings. And now you might say that, oh, not discipline. Discipline is the way. I'm going to resist these temptations. You got to be emotionally strong. But mate, you know the people that are... Listen, first of all, that's the short-term method, bro. The short-term method is going to be for the short term. You cannot always resist the temptation. Because listen, the people who are chronically, like long-term disciplined, right? They don't always just resist a temptation. They live and they spend more time in a disciplined environment as compared to one that is filled with these triggers. And so here's exactly what you do. You cut the habit off the source, and then you set goals and progressively overload. We're going to use both the short-term method and the change of environment. And you must progressively overload if you actually want to make progress and feel better. For example, if junk food is your problem, make a rule to buy it only once a week. So cut it off from the source, but not buying it, alright? And then make a rule, set a goal of not eating it until next Friday, for example. You gotta be specific, not eating it until next Friday. And tell your brothers, your friends to hold you accountable. And if the cravings come, then you use the short-term method to remind you of how disgusting you feel after you indulge in that. And then change your environment, of course. Now, for example, if your phone, distracts you from studying, then throw your mobile phone away for a few hours. And that's cutting it off, right? Cutting off the bad habits. And then set a goal of not going onto your mobile phone until you're done with all of the tasks that you set for the day. If, for example, smoking is a problem, then you need to change your environment probably. Alright, first of all, set the goal. Alright, cut it off. Don't buy it. Cut it off. Set a goal of once a week, on Friday, for example, and then spend less time in an environment which triggers this craving. For example, spending time with those disgusting friends of yours, and then spending more time with your family. So basically, set a goal of when you're gonna do it, and do not do it until then. Alright, and then use the short-term method and the change of environment to help you. Now, if you relapse, don't let it slide. Hold yourself accountable. Now, you're not perfect, right? So you might eat a few cookies here and there before your goal is reached. You might go into social media here now and then before your goal is reached. But don't let it slide. Hold yourself accountable. Otherwise, you're not going to grow. All right? Think about, I'm not going to tell you to journal because I don't journal a lot. So think about how that happened and how you can, resist that next time. Oh man, I just went into the social media. I wasted so much time. I feel so bad now. I could have done so much in that time. What can I do to resist that next time? What can I throw my mobile phone into the next room for a couple hours when I'm working? Or can I just discard of the cookies, give it away to my younger sister or siblings, whatever? This way, that one cheat day that you have, that one day that you play video games, is gonna feel so much better as compared to binge eating for days. And we're not done yet. I mean, yeah, you feel better now that you've accomplished this goal and you're getting rid of this addiction, but you're still kind of miserable. You must progressively overload. I started off with once a week for 2 weeks for junk food, right? And you can do that, but you gotta have some shame saying that, oh, I'm that much of an addict, I'm that much of a little boy that I cannot progressively overload and move it up to once in 2 weeks after I've accomplished my first goal. Now I'm on once every 3 weeks. I have one cheat day every 3 weeks, and you gotta be specific with it, bro. Trust me, I have experience with this. I said that, okay, I'm gonna play video games 1 day a week. Didn't work out. I ended up playing 2 days a week, bro. You gotta be specific. Now I'm like, okay, Saturday. Now you know where you're going, okay? You're not gonna go onto video games until Saturday. You get me? Just like, make it clear for yourself. It's not that you lack motivation, it's that you don't have clarity. You lack clarity. Okay, until Saturday, I'm not gonna play video games. Now it's gonna be much more easier for you to accomplish this goal, bro. Now you know what to work towards. Even my younger brothers have started with me. You gotta teach them young, bro, because like the modern world is not set up for us to grow into emotionally strong masculine men. It's set up for us to grow up into weak, emotionally weak men. And they are gonna grow up to be emotionally weak just like you if you don't help them. And trust me, they are gonna, listen to you a lot more than they listen to their parents, because they relate a lot more to you. To feel better, you need to progressively overload. We are overcoming addictions here. And with other addictions, it's only much more serious. You know what I'm talking about. This is what really worked for me, bro. You must progressively overload 1 week at a time. Don't say 1 day at a time. You're not a little kid, bro. You need to make progress. You need to set high standards for yourself to get rid of these stupid addictions. Streaks are stupid, bro. They give you the mindset of take all or lose everything. That's how stupid it is. Like, imagine telling a fat guy that you gotta go to the gym for years of your life to get into better shape. But if you miss 1 day, you lose all your progress. That's how stupid it is. Instead, you gotta have the growth and progress mindset. And trust me, once you start seeing progress, it becomes so much more fun. And progress is what really makes a man happy, bro. And don't try to tweak this advice, man. Don't say, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit to better suit my routine, to better suit my cravings. No, by doing that, you're only gonna get stuck between all these stupid techniques, all these different belief systems, and you're not gonna make progress. You must set yourself to a high standard. Expect better things from yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Take care, bro. Alright, bro, before I end the video, there's this new thing that I've been working on, alright? And if you felt that video that you just watched provided you with some value, or you felt like you relate to me, to the things that I've said, bro, then this thing is gonna be for you. So you know how watching a YouTube video is like a one-way form of content consumption? It's not a one-to-one discussion, is it? So there might be certain limiting beliefs or some specific questions that are only specific to you that come to mind while you're watching the video, and you can't seem to get the answers to those online. Bro, now I've linked a one-to-one call in the description. You can literally just hop on a call. I select the time frame that is preferable to you, and bro, I'm gonna try my best to answer all of those questions. If you think that video provides you with some value, bro, this is for you. Trust me, you got specific questions, you got things you want to talk about. There's a lot of things I don't talk about on YouTube. If you want to talk to me about those, hop on, bro. You get me? I take care, man.